everybody, and welcome once again to the Heavy Leather Metal Show, shot live right here in Which City, USA, Salem, Massachusetts. My name is Ken. You might know me as the frankly legendary rock and roll writer, sleaze grinder for the pages of classic rock and Metal Hammer magazines. And to my right...
Hello, I'm Creeping Ivy, a burlesque and circus performer in the Boston area. Thrilled to be joining you from Salem, Mass.
She's the more popular of this duo.
No way.
No one's looking for my Instagram, but...
I am.
But we have an incredible show today. The band that we have on, you're not going to believe them. They are a power doom band all the way from New Hampshire. Do you remember what they're called, Ivy?
Questing Beast.
Questing Beast. We're going to find out what all that means. Also on the show, I talked to 69 Eyes the other day. We're gonna check that out, and most importantly, we're gonna be playing Banana Pants with a very special guest. So all that is very exciting. Stay tuned, and let's start with the band. Here they are. Here they are, everybody. Ivy. Here they are, everybody.
Questing
Beast.
Woo.
This is the second single, Crater's Edge.
At Crater's Edge I stood, as fortune foretold of a cosmic hood. A comet of chaos, you're evil and good, adorned with the stars from which he came. Outlandish his movements defy logic and space. In a moment upon the sky, my cosmic embrace. Bolts of black flame coursing through my veins, bending my grip from his clandestine fate, collecting my strength, waves my force close face. Enigma is facing the fabric of my game. As Crater's Edge gave way, a foothold of fortune amidst the fray. With these red as my stay, leverage and luck herald my escape. Victorious yet bloodied, bruised but unbroken, the wailing sound laments the land.
Tell me what's nobody to do. Where are you going? Where have you gone? Drinking the job, your job is done!
Hey, everybody, listen, I'm so excited because we're going to play America's favorite parlor game, which, by the way, was invented on this very show. Well, not this very show, but our old show. And listen, Ivy is going to be competing in Banana Pants. Are you excited for this?
I'm so excited. I came prepared.
Do you understand the rules of Banana Pants?
I have no idea. No,
okay,
I don't.
Good. Now, to help us out, this is exclusive. I think any fans of our old show, they're going to love what's about to happen because taking on Ivy today in Banana Pants is the reigning champion of Banana Pants. That's right, everybody. Sam is here.
I challenge you!
Clap,
Accepted.
everybody. Clap. Yes. Hey, Sam, come sit down for a minute. We're going to talk about it. Yeah, close the coffin door. Who knows what could come out of it?
Hey.
Hey, buddy. It's good to see you.
You too, man.
Sam, of course, was the leader of the Black Leather Lagoon, which was our old house band on the Heavy Leather Topless Dance Party. And she also, this is true, invented Banana Pants, but originally it was called what, Sam?
Chili pants.
It was called Chili Pants, and the idea was to see who could get the most chili in their pants. But, of course, that is a little bit difficult to quantify. Because you're going to have to squeeze
is that
out.
the reason? Okay.
You have to squeeze out the pants afterwards. It would have been very difficult. And so we tinkered. We took it to the research and development team to try to figure out how to get this game going. And we tried all different sorts of foods. And the one that we came up with that seemed to, work the best was bananas. And so we have Banana Pants. And here are
Hell
the
yeah.
rules of Banana Pants. We give you 30 seconds. We'll have a little music playing so you understand that the game is on. And you got to try to put as many of these bananas in your pants as possible in the allotted time. And then we'll count whoever had the most bananas in their pants, obviously, is the winner. And we got a beautiful prize that I got all the way from Japan. I got these, you pick, they're banana chews.
Have those been in somebody's pants?
These have not been in anybody's pants. You can put them in your pants.
Okay.
They're
That'll
pretty
make it
small,
better.
but they look delicious. So that is going to be the prize. So are you guys ready? Do you have any questions, Ivy, before we begin?
I think I got it.
Okay.
Are you ready to go down?
I'm ready.
All right.
By the way, you can't put the bananas have to be in your pants. They can't be in your pockets. I just want you to know that right now because maybe you think like, I'll just stuff them all in my pockets. Any ones in your pockets, we're not counting them.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. So you guys ready?
Yeah.
Here we go, everybody. It's time to play. We're going to do it all together. It's time to play Banana Pants! All right, before we begin this battle, everybody shake hands. So everybody, we're going to be friends before, we're going to be friends after. Don't worry. Here we go, everybody. 30 seconds on the clock. This is your last chance to back out. No? Okay. 3, 2, 1. Banana Pants! Here we go, everybody. We're off to a fantastic start. It looks like Ivy is so far cleaning up here. But, of course, Sam is very good at stuffing bananas in her pants. She is the queen of this game. So we'll find out very soon. We're running out of bananas. We're going to find out who has the most bananas in their pants. We can't wait to find out. They're all gone. Wow. All right. All right, everybody. Incredible. Now, clearly both of these people have a lot of bananas in their pants, but we're going to find out.
I feel like I'm in like a heavy diaper.
We're gonna find out who has the most bananas in their pants. All right, let's start with Sam. Sam, I need you to count all the bananas in your pants. Don't lose any. Don't leave any in there. Make sure you get them all out. Here we go. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That is a lot of, applause. That's a lot of bananas to have in your pants. That was a valiant effort. Now we got to count the bananas in Ivy's pants. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh boy. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Still anybody's game. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. This is incredible. Oh my God.
29, 30, 31. Oh, that's all.
That's all. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new Banana Pants champion. It's Ivy! It was a valiant effort on both of your parts. The winner, of course, will get the banana chews, but we're all winners.
I'll share.
In the Banana Pants department. everybody. That was an incredible performance from the mighty, what's the name of the band again?
Questing Beast.
Questing Beast, all the way from Mason, New Hampshire, which is a real place, and we're going to find out all about it. Here they come, everybody. It's Questing Beast. Applause, applause.
Woo!
Here they come. Oh, boy, here they come. This is exciting stuff.
Come on, get cozy.
You already know what everybody plays because you just watched them, but you don't know everybody's names. And listen to this. Ivy says she knows everybody's name on this couch. So
I totally do.
let's find out. Let's see if you're correct. Here we go.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
Christian.
Correct?
Fantastic.
Yes.
Lovely job. Jane.
Jane?
Amazing.
Yep.
Shane. And Joe.
There you go. That's that.
Nice.
Yes.
Very nice, very nice.
She got it all.
She got it all. Now,
Nailed
this band obviously has Quest right there in the title. So that tells you a little something about where these guys are coming from. But let's find out specifically what sort of quests these guys are on. You have various interests that are interweaving
Sure.
with the band. So tell us what some of those things are. What
Yeah.
is this band about?
Well, so the main quest right now is 1 billion shows. So working pretty hard to get 1 billion shows done.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that is a lot.
Yeah, yeah. The idea came from wanting to do, well, first of all, Questing Beast was a cool name.
Yeah, it's cool.
I've always wanted to make a concept record. So I thought it would be cool to make it about the birth of the Questing Beast. So that's why the first record is going to be called Birth.
Birth of Questing Beast.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And I pulled all these fun folks together in order to do that, and it's been a great time.
Now, is there, what is it, like Dungeons and Dragons? Is it Magic the Gathering? What is it that
Sure.
you guys all do together?
Mostly rock and roll.
Yeah, well, also Dungeons and Dragons
Okay,
and Magic
also
the
Dungeons and
Gathering.
Dragons, that's good.
I
And
mean,
Magic.
yeah.
And Magic.
Yeah,
It's-
you know, you're 100%.
Yeah, Magic the Gathering for sure.
We're a bunch of
So-
nerds. It's true.
So, Questing Beast, do you want to know where it comes from?
Sure. Yes.
Absolutely,
So,
yeah.
The Questing Beast comes from Arthurian legends. So
Okay.
King Arthur, that whole thing. There's
Right.
a mystical animal called the Questing Beast, and I believe it is part serpent, part lion, part mare, or
Okay.
horse, or whatever. And I don't even know. And so we took that and wrote a whole story about it
Yeah.
and made it our own Questing Beast.
Because you guys were like, that's kind of what we are. We're like a Questing Beast.
Yeah, I didn't want to use the original Arthurian legend though, because it's like I feel like that's kind of already been played out. So the story of the album is not the Arthurian legend. It's like its own original thing. There's goblins, there's a steel minotaur, there's
Yeah.
a comet. I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah, I'm not going to explain the whole thing, but
I mean, you can give us a little, like, just thumbnail it for us.
yeah, sure. It starts with a comet.
Okay.
There are some conflicts that happen.
Yep.
And then at the end of it, the Questing Beast comes.
Okay. Which is you guys.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys good guys or bad guys?
It's all kind of like shades of gray.
Okay. How about in real life? Are you guys good guys or bad guys?
In real life? I mean, I'm a pretty good guy. I'm pretty chaotic, though. Yeah, I'm Joe. I'm the lead singer.
Yeah, you are.
And I originally had nothing to do with this band. These three had already been in a band together. And I was like, I'm like a classically trained singer and had always like wanted to do rock and roll, but never really like had the confidence to do it. And then this guy here, along with my sister, were like, hey, you can sing. And I was like, yeah, but I don't know if I can sing that kind of singing. And then they said I could, so I tried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it turns out you could.
Yeah. it's pretty much the best thing that ever happened to me, but also I like fought kicking and screaming tooth and nail for the first few months.
Hey, Ivy, have you ever played any of these games that they're talking about? No.
Yes.
You have?
Yeah, I totally have. I definitely have.
You've Dungeons and
I
Dragons
have
before?
one time
Okay.
dungeoned and dragoned.
And what happened? What were you, a dungeon or a dragon? Which were you? Which one were you?
Can I say both?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm bisexual, so I do
Okay,
both.
so you did both.
Very nice.
Me too.
All right. By the way, back in high school, Sam, come on over for a second. Sam, who is the was the reigning Banana Pants champion and is no longer.
Sorry to hear about your title.
Yeah, it's a bummer. True story, in high school, you wouldn't believe it, but in high school, she was in the Dungeons and Dragons club, right?
I'd believe that.
I think I know someone else
Nice.
who was in the Dungeons and Dragons club. I think I know someone else who was in the D&D club in high school, perhaps.
Let's.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I actually worked for the after-school program and ran an after-school program that was playing Dungeons and Dragons
all
for
right.
the middle schoolers.
That sounds the same to me.
Yeah.
All right.
Me too.
We can compare and contrast the experiences, but tell me what Dungeons and Dragons club was like for you.
Geez. I mean, so we hung out after school and we made our character sheets, and this was a long time ago. There were a lot of rules. That's what I remember. One of our guys was like a bisexual furry, and another guy, the DM, he was just mean. I think I honestly
Most of them are.
Yeah, I became pretty disillusioned with all the rules and the meanness, and I kind of pieced out of that. But it's cool. I mean, I respect it. I think so much like inspiration has come out of, you know, D&D. Like, I think that's what people mostly did before there was video games, and you have to think and use your imagination, and I respect that. It's just it's not really for me, but it's cool. I like all the surrounding D&D stuff.
I feel like there was one club that you were telling me in high school that was basically is the anime group was the sex group, right?
I mean, I think they probably both were in the background. They were probably just like hiding, you know, sheltering me from that. But I mean, you go to any con, and that's pretty much what's happening. So.
Well, what was the sexier club in high school? The anime club or the Dungeons and Dragons club?
Okay, well, the anime club didn't have any boys.
Objectively sexier.
So, I mean, I guess that depends on your perspective, right? We had some pretty hot girls in that club. But I think they were mostly doing the harem thing. They were like all lusting after this one guy. And then the D&D club, there were boys, but they were not, I don't know if they were really getting any. So I think it's a bit of a tie.
How about with you, Joe? What was was it a sexy club?
Well, I was.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's perfectly timed.
Keep going.
I was a virgin until I got to college, so which I actually did on purpose because my mother suggested it. I wish I were making that up.
This is true. She did. She did.
Your mother suggested.
He took the suggestion.
Like, here's an idea, Joe. How about you don't have sex until college? That was what she suggested to you?
Literally.
Mother knows
or
best.
drink or do drugs or smoke. So I just was like, oh, okay, that's probably a good idea. I should focus on school. And then I went to college and just did all those things when I got to college.
I mean, Jane, did you have the same agreement?
I got a head start on all of that stuff. Okay. It might have been suggested to me, but I started knocking all that stuff out of the way very early.
It's like a checklist.
Yeah. The sex, drugs, rock and roll.
To do before you graduate.
Figuring it out.
Yeah. So you were running amok in high school.
For sure, yeah.
And then your brother, were you like, would you taunt him? Like, look at me having a good time.
We're 5 years apart, so by the time he graduated high school, I was coming into high school.
Yeah.
And
So you guys were just comparing notes then?
yeah, we were just comparing. Actually, I mean, really what happened is I thought he was just a really good two-shoot, like really like goody two-shoes kind of guy. And I'm not going to lie, I kind of fucking didn't like him for a little bit because of that. Because I was like, dude, why are you so fucking smart and good at everything, you loser? And then, you know, he got to college and I guess he turned the fuck up really hard. I mean, he came home from college because he was...
3 times. I dropped out of college 3 times.
Yeah. So then I was like, damn, like, I don't know, which direction do I go? Do I keep fucking around doing drugs and being crazy? Then I did.
Which one of you has the worst day job?
Oh my God, I'd say you.
God, yeah, probably me.
What do you do?
I'm an admissions coordinator at a drug rehab, which means I either am on the phone talking to people who need to go to rehab, or I'm getting people into rehab. And yeah, it's tough sometimes. You know, somebody called me the other day, and her daughter's boyfriend was drunk in the house, and she was worried about him hurting the farm animals. And I was like, lady, you need to call 911 and get this man into detox if he's been drinking around the clock since he was 12 years old. Like, that's like real life what I have to do sometimes on a daily basis. It's pretty crazy, but you know, it's cool to be able to work in the field.
I mean, didn't you ever consider some kind of tall guy job?
Yeah, it's called going to the grocery store. Yeah, I just if I want to get used for my height, I just go to the grocery store, walk down the aisles of Market Basket. Some old lady's gonna ask me to get something. It happens every time.
You've had a tall guy job before.
Have I?
Didn't you work for a U-Haul for a little bit?
Oh, I worked for U-Haul. That's right. That was a tall guy job for sure.
You were hauling.
Yeah, I was hauling.
What do you think is? You've been a smaller person your entire life, so you know the ins and outs of being small. Well, we put you in a bag once, if I remember.
That sounds right.
Wow.
So, and zipped you right up, and you can carry her around like in a suitcase. So I wonder, what do you think is better? If you had your druthers, and you could be like this guy who's 6'6", would you rather that, or you would rather be small?
That's a really tough question, because I find that if you approach a tall person quietly enough, you can jump on their back and ride them. So you effectively gain their power like momentarily. And if you stay with them long enough, you can get into like a master blaster situation. So that can be pretty advantageous, because then you really get like, you know, the best of both worlds. On your own as a short person, it's more like, you know, are you digging through tunnels? Are you a mole person?
Yeah, you're right.
Are you fitting in overhead compartments like that?
Hiding on
All of those
cabinets.
can be pretty cool. Yeah.
Well, I can tell you as a 5'7" person, when you go to rock and roll shows, you got to be right up at the lip of the stage,
It's true.
or you're not going to see anything. And what happens if it's a heavy metal show, rock and roll show? You know, there's people behind you freaking out, smashing you in the. I almost get kicked in the head every single time. But I have to do it because I'm a small person. And this fucking guy right here, he can be anywhere in a club, he's fine. But you think he's going to stand in the back to make sure that we're not behind them? No way, right? Do you think about that?
100%. I always stand where I'm not blocking people, or when I'm sitting in an audience, I always make sure I'm like over toward the side so everybody has a good angle.
So he is
view.
a good guy.
I always think about who I'm blocking, really.
Joe, good guy.
Goody two shoes.
Yeah.
I think you were right. All right, let's talk about this. Let's get serious and talk about this band for a minute. So, you guys just recorded an album, right?
Yes.
Now, what happens next? What is the plan?
So the 1 billion shows.
Besides
we're
the
going
billion
for that.
shows, let's talk about what is going to happen with this album.
Yeah. So
First of all, what's it called?
it's called Birth. The album's
Birth, that's
called
right, you
Birth.
told me that.
Yep. It's coming out June 14th.
June 14th.
Yep. And
when you say coming out,
so it's going to come out on all streaming platforms.
Okay. So
we're
digitally.
hoping we're going to have vinyl in time for the release date.
Okay, all right.
We will have CDs, and a week after that, June 21st, we're going to be playing a gig at Sammy's Patio in Revere.
What?
Yeah, with who is it? Loki.
Elemist.
X-Sovereign. No.
Moon.
Moon Tomb.
Moon Tomb.
Yep. And no, that's going to be a ripper. So
Gonna be our album release.
yeah, we're going to play the whole thing for you.
What's a better band name, Sam? Moon Tooth or Moon Tomb?
They're both bands, I think.
Yeah, I kind of like the rhyming of Moon Tomb. It's like it's rhyming. But it's also uncomfortable in a way that makes you think they would know. Surely no one would ever name their band that, but of course they did. And you're like, okay, let's go with it.
You know why they named their band that? Because somebody had already called themselves Moontooth. Because you know at the beginning they were like, let's be Moontooth. And like, fuck. Somebody else got that. How about Moon Tomb? It's definitely true. We'll find out. We'll check them out. We'll find out. That's at Sammy's Patio. When did you say that was?
June 21st.
I'm hoping that's like a Friday or a Saturday.
It is a Friday. Yep.
Fantastic.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a good time.
And then, so you might have. There is going to be a physical release of this record as well.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay,
We're
good.
going to have vinyl, and we're
Yep.
going to have CDs, and we're going to have a whole bunch of cool merch with some of the characters and whatnot on it. And
Ooh, okay.
yeah, it's going to be
Some
great.
kind of tie-in with a table talk game of some kind.
What we'd really
would be
like to
nice.
do is make a comic book.
A
But
comic book, yes.
nobody
Okay.
That'd be
has
sick.
reached
Real
out.
excited about that.
Yeah, nobody has reached out in order to make a comic book with us yet. So
I
if you're
can
out
draw
there,
you as stick figures.
all right,
Listen,
Yeah,
that's a good
everybody
start.
can have a different color.
Yeah.
if you are a comic book artist and you want to work long, hard, and for free for this Power Doom band from New Hampshire, then please get in touch, and I'll get you in touch with them. By the way,
Or you can follow their Instagram
Oh, yeah, that's a good
at
idea.
Questing Beast.
at Questing Beast.
That's why I keep the young people around, because they know what's up. They know how to get to places.
Yep.
By the way, speaking of places, you guys mostly from a place called Mason, New Hampshire. We haven't heard of Mason, New Hampshire, which is
No, yeah.
I don't think is our fault. No. I don't think that's our fault.
There's
But if you could paint a little picture of Mason, New Hampshire for
Sure.
us.
What's there?
there's goats.
Yeah, what is there?
There's
Did you say there's goats?
Yeah.
I heard
Yeah.
ghosts. Is that true
Oh,
too?
yeah, maybe. I haven't encountered any, but that
I
doesn't mean they're not
love-
there.
I love
There's a
goats.
cemetery.
In fact, just this morning, I was talking to Stacy, who is my wife and also the director of the show, and I was like, "How about we get a couple of pygmy goats?" And she said, "Absolutely
so
not." She said, "Absolutely not."
Do you want me to show her some pictures? And
Oh, they're great.
Yeah.
They're small, Stacy, and they don't have the capability of tearing up the furniture. I don't think.
So, Uncle Sam is also from Mason, in case you were wondering.
Uncle Sam, the actual guy
Yeah.
that recruits everybody.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, the guy that Uncle Sam was based on is out of Mason, New Hampshire. No
What?
lie. Yeah.
He was based on a real guy.
Oh yeah.
In our practice space, I'm facing the hill that the goats climb, and everybody else is facing away. So sometimes I get to watch the goats when we
Wow.
practice. It's really fun.
Yeah.
But Mason, New Hampshire is kind of like it's a town that I would always like accidentally find when I was like driving around smoking weed at night, and
Yeah.
I'd just like end up there on accident and be
You're
like,
like, "Dang,
where
here I am again.
I? Like,
Here I am again
what
in
is
Mason.
happening?
What is
it's
this?"
just all dirt roads and like one fire truck. It was like, yeah.
I love it. Do you guys feel accepted in Mason, New Hampshire? Do you feel like this is a good spot for us?
There's not like and really even enough going on for
Yeah.
us to gauge the level of acceptance, but
There's not enough people to reject.
yeah, exactly. There's not enough people to reject us. Kind of in the whole like southern New Hampshire area that we reside in, because that's like mainly where we all get together. But
Yeah.
where I'm like right next door, and Joe and I grew up right next door in a town called Milford. There's a Milford in a lot of towns, so
Yeah.
or states, excuse me.
That's where the drive-in is.
Yeah, Milford. Yes, Milford, New Hampshire drive-in movie theater. Also a lot of weed smoked. Probably there.
They threw my friend Larissa is usually our floor director. She's not here today, but they threw her out of the Milford drive-in because she couldn't figure out how to turn the lights off in her car. They're like, "Turn off your lights," and she's like, "I don't know how." I mean, I keep the lights on in my car too, so I don't forget to turn them on. But I know how to turn them off. She was like, "Let me try to put a garbage bag over them," and they're like, just get out of here. Just get the fuck out of here.
It's
Yeah.
definitely not the reason I've been escorted off that property, but
It's fun. It's a fun hang.
That's pretty
going
good.
down there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good.
All right, good. And by the way, this guy ruined it. But Sam, what I was going to do, because Ivy already knows, that I was going to say 2 of these people are related, and I was going to have you guess. Would you have guessed to the 2 people that are related?
Probably. You guys look pretty related.
Do they look related?
Yeah. You don't look identical. You look related.
We're pretty related.
Listen, I also want to thank these guys because they saved our veritable bacon, because our original band canceled on us, and I went onto the internet and I was like, some heavy metal band, come save us so we can do a show, and boom, here they are. So a round of applause for Questing Beast. Applause for yourself too, please. Thank you. Yes, you did it.
We rock.
You rock. We're going to see them all at Sammy's patio. Thank you, Questing Beast, for being here. And now you can get the hell out. Off you go.
Thanks, man.
we were into Iggy and the Stooges, and obviously coming from Helsinki, there was Anoraks, Matt, Johnny Thunders hanging out, Lords of the New Church.
Right.
Then you know the Cramps. There was Cramps bootlegs. Those were important. Then a friend of mine recorded me Cramps bootlegs, and when you record it for C-tape, the record was certain length, but in the end there was still some time for some music. So that guy put there like a Gigi Allen EP with MC5 guys and stuff like that. So all of a sudden I had a Cramps bootleg, which was fantastic. But in the end, there was interesting artists like Gigi Allen. So that's how you discover sometimes something that you didn't know of.
Yeah.
So all this stuff, and then obviously the boom of like a garage rock from Sweden, Nomads, bunch of bands from Sweden and also from Australia. But mainly for us, it was the Flastos from New York, which was like a huge inspiration. And for me, obviously, artistically and the logo-wise, our logo is stolen from the Cramps, Flastos mythology, and many times retouched. And now you don't properly recognize it. But when I drew it, I used 6 was straight up from the Cramps C letter, obviously.
Wow.
And I know that.
I never noticed that.
Yeah, obviously, but in the old records. But that all that cool stuff was cool. But on the other hand, the late '80s glam rock was cool as well. And but I wanted to add there like horror and the vampires. And then I went to New York and saw what was happening in New York in the late '80s, like Circus of Power and all these really cool rock and roll bands, the Throbs, Cycle Sluts from Hell, all that New York rock scene. Right. So that was like inspirational for us because I thought that let's make a band that is cool in Helsinki, but could also some weird way go to play in New York and make sense there for those people.
Yeah.
It took a while. It took us like 15 years to get to first time to play in the States, but here we are again.
I know.
And you know, we're here to stay.
Because we
Ever
saw you
since.
for the first time, I think in like 2007.
Wow.
And then it was like 10 years before we saw you again.
Cool.
Last time.
Yes.
I don't know how long ago on the spot.
Yeah, that was 4 or 5 years ago.
And you guys did the thing when you played the Middle East, where you got the band name spelled on the back of your jackets, and then you turn around.
Yeah.
What a fun, great move.
And also like Russ Meyer movies, Marvel Comics, any Portland area, whatever you think it's called, and it could be the 60s, it could be the early 80s. Those were there, and I want to make them present. For instance, we have an album called Devils.
Right.
Devils comes from a certain Daredevil comic book that came out, like Frank Miller did that, and that story that time was called Devils. And then it's a Bullseye, the guy called Bullseye, who just is seeing Daredevil here and there, and he's screaming devils, devils, devils.
Right.
I was like, that's actually a nice title for the album.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with that old evil guy who's harassing us Christians.
Yeah.
It's from Daredevil.
Let me ask you this. So we did a song with Tiffany, right?
Yes.
How did that come about?
Sort of like we wanted somebody interesting to do duet with, and what would be more interesting than Tiffany in that case? So
it was out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's also like done now. By now, but that's cool. I hope people check out that track, me and Tiffany singing. I'm back at the university studying theology.
You are?
Yes. And that's
so you go and do the tour, and then you go home and go to school.
Yeah, and I'm doing the research here, going to see holy sites. A holy site can be also Graceland.
Yeah.
It can be Sun Studios.
Yeah.
Or Aerosmith House just behind the corner here.
Right.
So there's different levels of holiness, but I'm just interested in that as a science because that I'm interested in all of that because that has everything. Like you're from Salem. I have to come over for the visit next time to experience that ground. So I'm just curious of life, and my major interest at the moment, I've seen everything in rock and roll. I've been everywhere, even his home, you know, like I said, Phil Lynot's grave, whatever you have to your mind. And I've seen them, but now I'm interested in religion. as a whole entity, and also as scientifically, but also of course Christian things are very interesting, and this whole part of America is also very interesting.
Yeah.
That way.
Yeah. So you've kept the same guys.
Yeah.
For 3 decades.
Yeah. We're on the 4th decade, right? Which is crazy. And we just had a meet and greet, and there's fathers with their sons who were kids last time they saw us, and then there's also new people, and also like I saw at the last show there was some, like last night there was some guy holding a kid over his shoulders at the club. I don't know how that's possible, but there's different age groups of people, and I just met a lady who has seen Doors and Jimi Hendrix here performing, and now coming to see us. So
do you feel is there any struggle for you to stay relevant as time goes on? And
well, I think you solved that long time ago. So we're never being relevant. We're always late. Like when we started, we were like glammy band from like late 80s, but we came too late for the party.
Right.
Like we know it was over, completely over. And on the other hand, also like in Helsinki, Hanoi Rocks was the biggest name, and a couple of other Finnish bands with a glammy outlooks, like in the mid 80s or early 80s. Hanoi Rocks was over 84.
Right.
But then again, everybody dressed like them. And then again, all of a sudden I realized I saw the issue of Kerrang with the new bands coming from America. There was on the cover guy with the red hair, looked like a guy from Smack, Finnish band. And then there was a couple other bands who looked like exactly like the guys from Hanoi Rocks. So that was like obviously Guns N' Roses and Faster Pussycat, right. LA Guns. So I was like surprised, like, hold on, why these guys in Hollywood look like how we did like 3-4 years ago? And that was interesting and of course inspiring. And I thought that we know something about this as well, and it's time to put up a band. And so we never were relevant, and we're just like sometimes time and us reaches each other. Some spots, few stops and spots here and there. Then our music is played on radio. We get a cold record. Right. Then again, time passes and we're just keep on playing. Fans hang out, but the rest of the world doesn't notice us at all. After COVID, during the last couple of years, we became extremely famous in Finland again, and all of a sudden, like as we are playing here, the shows are full of people and a lot of fans who are excited, even though there's no any money or industry behind us. We are more underground than you can ever understand. Like it's just like a very underground band still.
Are you famous when you get home?
Yeah, well,
like if you're walking down the street.
Yeah, well, mainstream band there.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So our music is played on radio. If you come to Helsinki and take a taxi to Helsinki, our song will come before you come to your hotel.
Oh,
guarantee that. But there's also Hanoi there and other bands you might know. Then all of a sudden, goth and emo happened everywhere, and we were there as well. And they didn't know how to categorize us because, hold on, you have glam background and we like New York Dolls, but hold on, you semi-sound like a little bit like Sisters of Mercy. How is that possible? We always thought that Sisters of Mercy and Mission are like rock and roll bands because they have rock and roll band lineup, and that's how we did things. So that was nothing new for us, but it's more complicated for the press and mostly press and for the industry to categorize and sell us to people. But I think glam and goth walk hand in hand, have been doing that last 15 years.
It's kind of like just similar to me to Monster Magnet, where there's kind of a whole universe that you can dive into. Because listening to you, it was just like when you were listening, when I first discovered Hanoi Rocks, they were the ones that were like, hey, Johnny Thunders, hey, the MC5,
Yeah, exactly.
They're blowing my 14-year-old mind, I think it's the same thing with this one.
Or the Cramps telling about Rust Miami movies, or that like Hazel Atkins, or
I think if people do a little rabbit hole on 69 Eyes, they come up with all kinds of great.
Yeah, I hope that people will discover these things. And we just had a meet and greet, and there was a much younger beautiful glammy ladies who were asking about our lyrics from the early 90s, like what I'm saying in them. And I was so surprised that I wrote immediately down and sent it here. I didn't remember it immediately, but I had to check it out.
I've been enjoying your casual golf walks.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Did you do one today?
Yes, yes, we did, and we have the photographer here, and that became, I don't know what's the reason, but I mean, it started out like being on tour in Europe. You just go out from the club and there's beautiful churches or any kind of public building. So like, we were thinking like, what about going to pose there?
Yeah.
And she was taking photos, and then it started from there. I don't know what it means, but after some point we will have like a lot of like locations and me weirdly posing with sunglasses and total outfit on.
Yeah.
Maybe hopefully to inspire people to discover there, and also it's for this respect from our side for the people whose town we are playing. That's respect to show them that we are interested in their neighborhoods and their towns, and show respect that I go there as much as I can.
Yeah, that's great. Did you meet Johnny Thunders?
Of course, many times.
Oh, many times.
Yeah.
Were they all pleasant experiences?
Last time I saw Johnny Thunders was like I was at the Limelight Rock and Roll Church, and it was one of those Sundays, and I had a chance to go to the VIP room. I knew some people, and they let me in. When I came out from the VIP room, there was a corner before the stairs, and I stepped on somebody's toes.
Yeah.
And I turned out, and it was Johnny Thunders literally holding his leg. And I was like, oh my God, I just stepped on Johnny Thunders' toes.
Yeah.
And I was like, sorry, man. And I continued before he probably got angry or something. Later on, he played on stage with, I think Law and Order was a local hard rock band, and Johnny Thunders was featuring. So that was the last time I saw.
You know what? It's just nowadays, it's really hard to explain Johnny Thunders to young people.
But people talk about nothing but Johnny Thunders and Steve Faders.
Right.
And G.G. Alley.
But if it's a young person, if it's somebody's 22 and you go, hey, this guy is the greatest guitar player you've ever seen, and you show a Johnny Thunders video where he can't get through the song or he's sliding down the mic, people are like, what the fuck are you talking about?
But it's a sound that
but he
this
was
guy
the fucking greatest.
Yeah, I guess the sound. Another guy who has, like, there's a couple of guitarists who have their own sound. Obviously, Brian Setzer is one of them. Danny B. Harvey from Headgad and a couple of other outfits is one of them, but Cheetah Crow.
Cheetah Crow.
Last Man Standing. God bless.
Yep. All right, we got to go. Listen, this has been a treat. We should do it again.
We will do. Pleasure meeting you. Thanks so much for watching rock and roll.
I'm going to continue. You're going to continue doing.
He's the reason we're here still.
An amazing show.
Well,
that
Ivy,
was so
that
great.
was truly an incredible show. We had rock and roll. We had bananas. We had it all. But now it's over. Now, before we go, let's do a little plug. Let's get Pro Buttons over here. Pro Buttons, the champion today. She didn't know every song was going to be 6.5 minutes long.
It was so long. I was so sweaty.
She stayed up till 4 a.m. last night.
I did. I was at the goth club being
came in
super
here,
cool.
Came in here.
I'm not cool.
No, you're so cool.
I'm not cool at all.
Stop being mean to my friend.
And did the go-go thing. It was incredible. Pearl, where are we going to see you next?
I'm going to hedge my bets on when this is airing.
Okay. Well, before you do,
yes.
Let's say 2 to 3 weeks from now.
Oh, God, that's so much math. I'm just going to go with what I think y'all would like.
Okay.
June 1st at the Crystal Ballroom, Strip Zeppelin. It is a live band led by Nikki Luparelli singing all your favorite Zeppelin songs with titties. There will be butts, there will be boobs, there will be blondes.
Pearl, do you know which song you'll be performing to?
I do, but they're going to have to come to the show to find out. It's one I haven't done before. It's two I haven't done before. I don't know how many acts I'm doing.
Have you ever owned a Led Zeppelin record?
No, because it's in my musical blackout period. My parents are real old.
Okay, all right. I've never owned one myself, but I know they're very popular with a certain segment of the population. So I'm sure the people are gonna love it. Now, Ivy, let's find out what's going on with you before we go.
You can stay up to date on all of my fun adventures on my Instagram at It's Creeping Ivy. In June, I have a couple of shows at the Midway Cafe and the Rockwell. I'm celebrating my friend Lala Luscious's birthday with Bubble Burlesque.
Wow.
At the Rockwell. I don't know the dates. You'll have to come to my Instagram. Come find it out. Come find me.
I hear Lala might be here.
We might be
at some point in the future. You'll have to stay tuned.
We might be meeting Lala soon. All right, everybody, thank you for watching, and we will see you next time on the Heavy Leather Metal Show.
I see the peaks of day, piercing through black clouds. Too steep to climb, a hidden passage, leave the mountains behind. If nature's call leads us to war, that was well, we're sure to kill down by the sword. The cabin's tail led us to ride. Through rosy fields, the scarlet beaks will claim our prize. From behind the tunnel seal, Jorgen's blade, spikes revealed. Comrades' corpses shield by fall. We escape ignoring their calls. Our wounded pack burns through the snow. No turning back. I see a beast. Or is it a man standing before us? Skin of steel, eyes glow with vengeance, sealing our fates. If nature's call leads us to war, the love will fail, we're sure to kill down by the sword. The comets tell let us to ride. Battle calls, commit our lives, prepare to die.
Thank you guys. We are
questing beast.